Good morning. We are here today to attend to the remand proceedings of three suspects who were arrested yesterday because they were championing the rights of those who were staying at Kampung Papan. Their names, Arutchelvan, Mythreyar and Logesvaran. All three of them were brought in today, and the application for remand was made under section 186 of the Penal Code for obstructing an officer from carrying out his duty, menghalang penjawat awam. The investigating officer has informed us that the complainant in this matter is one of the bailiffs who were present at the scene yesterday in Kampung Papan, and they had relied on several grounds to support their application. I think the lawyers collectively, especially Mr. Raj Suryan, we had categorically submitted to the court that none of the grounds were cogent and were legally acceptable grounds to support this application. It is said that we've had to reiterate the position that the courts should consistently draw a distinction between what we refer to as penjenayah or penjenayah tegar, criminals, and human rights defenders. Today, 3 human rights defenders were brought to court to be detained for further investigations because they were assisting the penghuni, those who are staying at Kampung Papan, because they are about to or have already lost their homes which they have stayed in for years now. So I think the courts should of course take activists and human rights defenders seriously. The government has recognized human rights defenders, or should, if they have not already taken human rights defenders seriously, they should. I think steps are being taken by the government and other agencies to recognize the work that human rights defenders do, lending support to those who need help, especially for those who are being evicted from Kampung Papan, should not be looked at as a crime. And especially when they are carrying out, if we must also try to understand the facts that led us to court today. We are made to understand that based on a viral video that has been released, that all that they did was to ask questions to the OCPD and also the bailiffs at Kampung Papan. But this particular arrest was made pursuant to several questions posed to the OCPD, and that led to the arrest of all 3. And I'm told that Arutchelvan was arrested simply because he had said that OCPD was hebat, and I believe because he was carrying out his duty, and that led to Arul's arrest. So we vehemently feel, we record our regret that they had to be arrested to begin with. What's even more regretful is the fact that they wanted to obtain further order for 4 days today to detain for further investigations. For Section 186, we have also been informed that the mobile phones of the suspects have been confiscated because they want to send for further investigation. What the lawyers are trying to understand is that the contents and the mobile phone itself is not relevant to an offence of under Section 186. Well, the outcome of our despite having submitted for a good 20 minutes, the magistrate then granted a 1-day remand order, which is supposed to end today, the 13th of October 2025. We hope PDRM will quickly and swiftly conclude their investigations and release all 3 suspects, Mr. Arutchelvan, Mythreyar and Logesvaran, and we all will be there at the balai, at the IPD or balai, wherever they choose to release them from, to receive them, hopefully by 5 p.m. today.
I think the additional point from the lawyers are the arrest was unlawful because the arrest instructions were solely from the OCPD, which only when these three suspects was asking questions to the OCPD, there's no any what we say that menghalang or obstructing the officer. The bailiffs has no issue in this case, the police has no issues until the OCPD came into the picture. So I think this was considered by the IO himself when the magistrate asked these questions. So in fact in the video you can see that the bailiff wasn't there. This whole thing happened only after these three individuals asked questions like, example, can we have another 2 days so then we can help this OKU family to move to other places. And the other, I think Mythreyar just try to show a statement from the Menteri Besar, and that's the reason that they're being arrested. So we argue that this is unlawful arrest, and therefore this remand shouldn't be allowed. But unfortunately, I think the magistrate has given 1 day. So this 1 day, I mean by 5 p.m. they should be released. Yeah.
I'm Lechmi, Arul's wife and also a member of PSM. I find this whole thing is really ridiculous because definitely it's an abuse of power, be it arrest of Arutchelvan and 2 other comrades, and the demolition of the houses that is ongoing now. There are people safeguarding their houses. Since when safeguarding houses become obstruction? You know, it's ridiculous. Since when human rights defenders become criminals? So all this is really upsetting. You know, the government should look into this. I mean, we are moving forward in developing business and human rights, this and that convention we signed. But look at the reality, what is happening on the ground. So I really hope that all 3 of them will be released and not kept until 12 midnight today. Thank you.
I think the Federal Constitution Article 5 says that you need to have a roof over your head, shelter for these people. And actually, B2, he was actually pleading with the OCPD, not asking, pleading, can we ask for 2 days? Because he was assisting the OKU to move out. And just by pleading, the police actually arrested him. And that is unfortunate, very, very unfortunate for the police to make that decision. As for the court, we'll respect the court that gave 1 day. Thankfully, it gave 1 day when the IO asked for 4 days, and the court looked into the documents of the police and gave 1 day. So hopefully he will be out by tonight. That's it.
Arul actually has a medical appointment today at 4 p.m. We have already mentioned this to the magistrate, but despite that, 1 day remand was granted. So we hope that he is allowed to take the medication that he's been given, and that he will not continue to be in pain, and that they will release him as soon as possible so that he can attend to his not just his physical health, but also all 3 of their mental health as well. Arul has not slept properly for several days because he's been championing the rights of the penghuni at Kampung Papan. So we hope that the PDRM can be more compassionate and release as soon as possible and not take their own sweet time just because a 1 day remand was granted.